it validated that insecurity. I'm sorry to say. So it probably that made it worse. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was very unfortunate. But him doing that, like, did validate her insecurity in that moment. So now it's going to be like, no, 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 I'm not doing this. I'm like, no, because she now has proof, and it's nothing that you did, but she now has proof that she is right to feel the way that she feels. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just What We Needed, another podcast. It has been so it feels like an incredibly long time since I've done one of these. And I've just been in and out of things, you know? It's like there's so much to catch up on, but not really. Like the last time things I wanted to do podcasts on, I just wasn't kind of like in a great headspace for it, or I wasn't home to record it and lost the energy. Like I was talking to a friend earlier about how I had to go find the topic that I wanted to. I was real heated and passionate about it, but it's like by this time I've already ranted about it on Twitter. So it's like, do I need to do it again? Do I? And it was a good topic too, but it was also like borderline um relation, like male female mindset, and I really don't like to do those on here. It's not really my thing. But to just briefly catch people up to speed, uh let's see. Went to Evo, fighting game player and all that. Went to Evo. The trip was the it was great, but it was also some shit. But that is, neither here or there. It's like it's one thing I would want to talk about, but it's goes back to, like I just said, that headspace. Nah, can't do it. The trip was necessary, though. Let me say that it was necessary. It was a very necessary trip. Had a great time seeing my friends, and like and it was crazy because I would see people from my locals, like the people in Greensboro, showing up to Vegas, and it's like running into them completely unplanned. Like I did not message a single one of them being like, "Hey, meet me here." Well, except for Kuko, but I was like, "Meet me here, meet me here." Like I would just run into them, and I would run into them at the best times. Not gonna like super go into it, but yeah, the trip was for sure necessary. Um, Came back, met new people, didn't really last, and what is it like dating wise? It is what it is. Let's see. Bought my first comic book, like not. Let me not say grown man comic book. Punisher Red Band. This light is kind of yeah. No, that's not making it any better. Yeah, first comic book purchase since I was like a kid, and I bought a comic book in the book fair, but that doesn't really count. Like it does, but it doesn't. I can't even remember what that comic was, but I am excited for Spirits of Violence coming out as of this week, I believe. The new Ghost Rider story that's supposed to piggyback off of what happened in the last one, where it turns out Danny's, uh, his brother, no, his sister is alive. I think. I don't know, but because I just feel like talking, I'm gonna go ahead and get. And I'm working. Oh yeah, I'm working on a project too, and that is something that I'm almost ready to reveal. But there's a lot of moving parts in it, and I have to think very carefully about how I go into it. So I'm working on that in the background of everything else. I really do want to do questions that need answers, but right now is not the time because of just other financial stuff. Like if I have to pick a priority right now, I'm going to pick this project that I'm working on. I can't do questions that need answers like right now just because of all the things that are going on in my life. I really really want to, but it's something in me that's not letting me pull that trigger right now. It's like all my focus is on this project. I will say like it's an animated project, but that's as far as I am going to go with it because I know myself. If I talk it up, then I'm not going to do it. I just know myself. Like if I gas it up and be like, "Yo, y'all gonna tune into this," and blah blah blah, and I'm just at some point I'm just gonna get lazy with it and not complete it. And this is probably the biggest project I've ever taken on in my life. In fact, it is. It is objectively the largest, most not expansive, but it's the biggest project I've ever done in my life. So I'm really trying to lock in with that, and I feel like I'm kind of on a time crunch with it. So it's a little stressful, but what are you gonna do? But see, like I can't make a. That's what, three podcasts right there, but it just didn't. It didn't feel like it needed to be really talked about. So here we are. Now back to what this video is about. We're going back to Reddit because I feel like giving some advice. I've been told that I've been on a roll with advice recently. People telling me I should be a therapist. I'm like, okay. I can't though. I keep telling people like there's only so much of other people's problems I can really bear before, now your negativity is spreading over to me. I can't deal with it that long. And it's like maybe I could, maybe I'm just doubting myself, but nah. But I will take every single person who's been like, you know what, you have a point. I'm gonna pat myself on the back every time. But let's go ahead and get into this first one. It seems interesting. I haven't read the whole thing yet. I was waiting until we started this. This is relationship ended over nothing and I'm blocked. Mm, mm. Let me stop. Okay, so here it is. I, a 26-year-old female, met a guy, 25, male on Hinge. Okay. Real quick. I do want to point out and say that I do prefer Hinge over other dating apps, right? Tinder's Tinder. It gets that rap of, dudes get on there just trying to fuck. And I mean, hey, you gotta, hey. But like Tinder, I did meet one person off of Tinder who became pretty cool peoples. I consider them a close friend. We don't talk as much as we used to, but she was cool. Hinge, I like Hinge because it gives you prompts to answer. Like I think it was not, I won't call it the first of its kind, but Hinge gave you prompts to have something to discuss. So if you, and I'm speaking strictly as a man being on Hinge, if you are on Hinge, like you're a woman on Hinge and you can't think of anything to speak about, that's on you. They literally give you prompts. They give you guidelines to go by. Or it even goes for men too. Like if you can't come up with any conversation and she has all of these prompts on her page, like you don't want to ask what her favorite book is, you don't want to take a guess on where that picture was taken, that's on you. Like I like Hinge more than anything because let me tell you, I've tried Black. Of course, Black was like the first thing I tried after Tinder when I was in college. I hate Black. Black has the most broke ass women, the most begging ass women, the most needy ass women, the most I don't have anything going on in my life ass women. Oh my god, my people, my people. Uh, I've matched with some of the worst women on there, and it's all just because they beautiful. And it's my god, I've never met a woman with like no personality besides this one chick I matched with on there. She kept asking me to take her to Golden Corral. And I'm like, no. And I feel like she kept asking me to take her to Golden Corral because you have to pay first before you go in. So I think she knew it's like, oh, we get in here and he realizes I have no personality. He's gonna split the bill, which I might. Like it would take a lot in me to be like, hey yo, this is separate. Like on a date, if I'm trying to court someone, it would take a lot for me to be like, hey yo, like I invited you out, I thought you were cool, and if the conversation don't go nowhere, it is what it is. But if I get that feeling like, oh no, she really just here for a meal, I might split that shit. But I think I've talked about that before. But yeah, she was, oof. Black was the worst dating app I've ever been on. Anyways, back to this. I'm sorry, I had to go on that rant because that's one of those topics that I wanted to do a podcast about, but it just never got around to. All right, real talk, real talk. Okay, so here it is. I, a 26-year-old female, met a guy, a 25-year-old male on Hinge. We seem to want the same things, both religious and waiting for marriage, prioritize God, want to have fun in a relationship and enjoy each other's company before eventually getting married, to settle down and have kids. We start dating, everything is going well. 3 weeks in, he asked me to be exclusive, and I happily agree. Okay. I wouldn't call it a red flag. It's just, I think he's confident about her, right? We start dating, everything's going well. 3 weeks in, he asked me to be exclusive, and I happily agreed. Then he asked me to be his girl. That means to be boyfriend, girlfriend. And I told him that I wanted to take it slow and get to know each other. Okay, especially if we're dating for marriage and we have plenty of time. He gets kind of butthurt, but I explained that I need him to be patient with me because my last relationship was messy. He cheated on me, and it was a traumatic ending. He agreed to be patient. We moved forward. This is a lot. We moved forward with our relationship. I met his best friend, family members, coworkers, and went to church with him. Okay, everything seems good. We seem to be integrating well. Then about a month into dating, he starts to get a little off. Okay, he's starting the school year, and he's a teacher and a football coach. So I figure it's the stress and time commitment with that. So I have a conversation with him about how I can best support him during these stressful times and what I need to have my needs met. He wanted space to focus on work. Oh, okay. All right. This. I don't know. I don't know, man. Because it's like, when do people? Not to say that people don't need space to focus on work, but like work. It's like you're there every day. It's I understand if you're maybe. Well, yeah, he's a teacher. I was gonna say behind on work because it's like what profession. It's like do you think you're on the chopping block for something that you're saying? I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like a great excuse. It just doesn't. So I have a conversation about blah blah blah. He wanted space to focus on work, and I need a couple hours a week of face to face time whenever he can squeeze me in. Makes sense. Day before the actual school year starts, we get into an argument, and he breaks up with me because he tells me that he can't provide for me what I need, and I'm out of his league, and I deserve better. I disagree because I've grown to care about this man, so I figured he was acting out of stress. I gave him some time, and sure enough, he messaged me later and apologized, and I happily communicated with him that I care about him. Then over the next couple of weeks, we don't really see or spend time together. Arguments over nothing are breaking out, and we don't seem to be on the same page. He continues to talk about how we're not meeting each other's needs and aren't compatible. Yeah, you did that. You did that. You can't. What? You can't ask for the space and then be mad that there's space. Over this course of a couple of weeks, our arguments are things that are small. For example, we were supposed to spend time together at 4 p.m. His phone died, which he communicated, but by 4:45, he was nowhere to be found. I texted him and I told him that I was going to continue on with my day and do my own thing, as you should. He called me 2 minutes later and told me that he was on his way home instead of following through with our plans. He ended up coming over later, and we got into an argument that I didn't feel like he valued my time. So arguments that can be communicated through. I don't know what that last sentence means. Finally, 3 weeks later, 3 weeks after the school year started, we hadn't seen each other at all, and we made plans to hang out. I got sick, so I couldn't go. I called him and told him how I was frustrated that we couldn't spend time together, but obviously he should go out with friends either way. He got mad at me and told me that I was burdening him with my emotions and that I shouldn't have to put that on him. She's literally telling you to go have fun. And here's the thing, right? What I've learned is that some things can come off very differently through text. Like I can see a reality where he read that text and he read it. It's like, nah, go have fun with your boys. I'm sick, but go have fun. I can see that reality. I really, really can. So this is why I bring up text versus um like if this was over the phone and you were like, no, seriously, babe, like I want you to go have fun. Like I understand, like things came up. I'm sick. I don't want to get you sick. Like there's a whole tone difference. So I don't know if she said if she texted this, but I could see where he could probably be like, bro, you doing too much. message. Let's see. He got mad at me and told me that I was burdening him with my emotions and that I shouldn't have to put that on him. I told him I was just saying how I missed him and wanted to spend time with him, but was sad that we couldn't. Following the day, he dumped me and cut me off cold. That was about 3 weeks ago, and he finally blocked me today. I'll admit that I reached out the day that he dumped me in the last couple of weeks. Last couple of weeks, a couple of times to try to communicate with him to tell him that I care about him and want to talk it through, but he wants absolutely nothing to do with me. I'm so confused because he was rushing the relationship from the very beginning and pushing us to progress and open up to me about my past. And so he sounds like me. I'm gonna be dead honest. Like I'm reading this and not the part where it's just like, well, what you like back like no, it's because I like my relationships move fast and when you can't really see that person, it does get frustrating. Like speaking as someone like she said she had to tell him to slow it down and so I'm trying to put myself in his shoes and it's kind of easy because like I just said most of my relationships had moved pretty fast like that whole 3 weeks into going into dating yeah that sounds like me. um he said he didn't have time for a relationship and then was on Hinge. Oof. He said he didn't have time for a relationship and then was on Hinge 2 days later. His longest relationship like 8 9 months. It's him. It's him. It's the fact that things didn't go how he planned it. I'll be honest with you. It sounds to me like you told him you wanted to slow down. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna slow down." And slowing down wasn't really his thing. Like it sounds like whenever y'all were trying to make plans, something came up, or there was an excuse, or he felt like there was an excuse to why y'all couldn't see each other, and not being able to see someone that I think he has this kind of mindset that I do. It's like not being able to see someone that you are dating and wanting to call your girlfriend is fucking irritating. It is, and it's one of those things. It is one of those things where it feels like it is best to cut things off with that person and not continue because you feel like you're kind of wasting your time and that other person's time. The whole arguments being over nothing, I don't know. He could be stressed from work, but he cut me off cold. He said he didn't have time for a relationship and then was on Hinge 2 days later. That is straight up I can't do this with you anymore. Like I can't do this parentheses with you. Him being on Hinge a day later is like he didn't care. And when you say that you've been dealing with this for weeks, like it's 3 weeks after the class, yes, he doesn't care anymore. He does not care. That's why he immediately got back on Hinge because this ain't doing it for me. I can't have you as my girlfriend in title only. That is just my mentality, and it sounds like he kind of has the same mentality. Having someone as a girlfriend in name only when you said his longest relationship was like 8 to 9 months and it was long distance because I didn't finish that sentence earlier. I literally stopped at 8 to 9 months, did I not? And it was long distance. So what's the problem now? He kind of seems avoidant because the difference in who he was before the breakup and after was polar opposite. I miss him, but at this point, there's nothing I can do because I'm blocked. I saw a future. I don't know why well, no. If he feels like, yeah, you really, really not the one, and I'm super irritated, then yeah, you probably got blocked. Me personally, listen. Some people know my story. I will. If I have a girl who is actually like actively wanting to fix things and work things out, we gonna talk about that shit. I don't do that like off rip blocking because things aren't working. It's like if you wanna call text, cool, but like if I block you, it's like you on my fucking nerves. Like you like, and we're not even talking about relationships. Like you're on my fucking nerves. You're annoying, or you like disrespected the hell out of me. And because you a woman, I can't box you. But like, I can't. It's if you want to work something out, gotta talk. But he said he's over and done with it. I still think that it's mainly No, it's hard now. It's hard for me to say that because he said 8 to 9 months long distance. And I don't want to put it on him like maybe he was cheating during that time. Maybe he was seeing someone in the city. Like I can't put that on him because I don't know, bro. All I can tell is what's going on here. And I mean, obviously, the number one answer is move along, keep it pushing, blah blah blah. But as far as my best bet is that things just it got old to him. We didn't She didn't say why the 8 to 9 months long distance didn't pan out. She didn't say why. He could have gotten tired of that. He could have gotten to month 9 and been like, yo, this isn't for me. Like, I've changed. Like, 9 months is a long time, bro. You can have a child in 9 months. Like, anything could happen within 9 months. And you start to realize, oh, you know what? This isn't for me. I want to be cuddled up. I want to be going out on dates and feeling the nice weather, holding hands. Like I don't want to be here in fucking Texas and you all the way in I don't know North Carolina. Like I can't do that, and that's long distance isn't for everyone. It's really not, and I can understand why. But things could have just changed with him that you no longer suit that. If the change in him has become I need to see my person, and you're not, or he can't see his person. I know she says she's trying, but like things keep coming up. I'm not able to do this, so this feels like it's a waste of time. The block I feel is unnecessary unless you kept pestering him like, hey, I want to try again, I want to try again, I'll try again. And there's nothing. Here's the thing, right? There is nothing wrong with reaching out to someone that you love and trying to fix things. Like some of y'all, the pride that some people have is going to kill them. It's going to put them in a box. I promise you. There is nothing wrong with showing that you love someone and want to make that work for either gender, okay? Either side. But, some people just get fed up. They have a lower tolerance for stuff like that. So that's it. Of course, the advice goes back to there's nothing you can do. Move on. If you got blocked, you got blocked. It's Listen. I understand you really liked him, and it was what did you say? It was like 3 months that they were talking. It's like, yeah, you have all the things in common in the world, but hey, man, there's someone else that will have those same things in common. Like, you know how many women I meet that be like, I love Jesus. It's a lot. you can you can find that in a lot of people. Just saying. But that's all I got for that one. So let's see. Actually, this one sounds fun. Let's do this one. I'm a 35-year-old female virgin, right? There I said it. There's nothing physically wrong with me. I consider myself at least a 7. I stay slim. I'm nice. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you when people start talking like I'm nice. It's already kind of a red flag. You kind of don't get to dictate your own personality to people. It's just what I've kind of noticed. It's one of those things where it's just like the nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a great guy. It's You wouldn't have to tell people that if you were, but I'm gonna give this woman the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I posted my pics here on Reddit from my main account and I've gotten hundreds of responses. Okay, yes, okay. It's just that I used to be very depressed for a long time to the point where I don't even remember that part of my life. Like my mind is literally blank when it comes to that period of my life now. And now I'm not sure if I'm interested in sex because I am so old. Does this sound like something I need to see a therapist about? Also, I feel like I've been out the game for so long. I have no experience and that would be embarrassing. It sounds like she's I wouldn't say like not personality issues. What's the word? Because I'm 27 and I be having too many drinks that makes me forget my memory. It doesn't sound like she has like super low self-esteem, but it's like what do you mean your mind went blank during that period? That used to be very depressed for a long time. Okay, got you. So here's my take, right? And people aren't gonna like this take, especially people with depression, right? Dealing with people with depression is a fucking handful, right? It just is. At the end of the day, it is. And I know it sounds selfish because it is. But it's also like my time. Like I can't I made a I make jokes with people like when I'm getting to know them or like relationships are brought up. I used to like make jokes all the time as like an icebreaker. It's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with nobody with depression, anxiety, none of that shit because I know myself and I know how much care and attention that those type of people need, and they have like a stylized way of needing to be consoled or loved and all of that. So I would joke with people like, I can't do it. I would never do it. I've done it twice now and I regret it both times. I promise you that. Because there's so much to understand and make a way for. So if she's talking about like, and I guess that goes for dating. It's like dating, if you're not getting there, I'm not saying depression is a turn off. Because it's like something you can't help. Well, kind of. It's like some people can't handle all of that. Some people can't be bothered to, stick around for that. They don't have what it takes and what is necessary to be with someone romantically to get to that point. If you're like, oh yeah, I want a relationship, but I want to have sex, but I want a relationship first. That's not what this person said. But I'm going to a relationship first. It's like it's a lot to get there. It's just if you're not willing to, if that person isn't willing to try and like see like love you for you and all that comes with you, then yeah, it's gonna be a little harder to get the dick, right? But she's talking as if she just wants the dick, right? And it also kind of just goes into that. It's just like I tell my friends all the time, look, if you're looking for someone, just go out. Just go to a bar. First nigga that asks you, is this seat taken? You tell him no. And you chat it up. Let him talk you down, wind you down, whatever. But like I'm not sure if I'm even interested in sex because I am so old. So it's like well, first off, you are interested in sex, or we wouldn't. Bro, it's 7 o'clock. Who's out here having ice cream? The sun is down. I kind of lost my train of thought. This woman, it sounds like she's wanting to go straight to like she wants sex, even though she's saying it's like I'm not even interested. Yeah, you are. You wouldn't be on Reddit talking about you being a 35-year-old virgin if you weren't interested in sex. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't eat ice cream. To be honest, I don't even like it. Lactose intolerant, that means nothing. Like from people that I know, it's like they say they're lactose intolerant, but they always doing some lactose shit, you know? I don't understand people with that because it's like one of those things. Just like it doesn't kill you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So they just keep doing it. Well, I'm not most people. All right, point taken. Wookie, help me help this 35-year-old virgin who is at least a 7 in her opinion. She stays slim and she's nice. So why can't she get dick? I don't know. It'll kill me. Will it though? Will it? I feel like we're not getting a whole picture. There's always two sides of a story. Maybe her energy is off-putting. It could be that. I don't know a lot of depressed women who give me great vibes. I'm going to be honest with you. Because shit gets depressing real quick. It does. I feel like I've been out the game for so long. I have no experience, and that would be embarrassing. Again, like I was just talking about, people in their pride, man. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be embarrassing. Like, but you gotta try it. If you gotta go for what you want, you gotta at least try it. How am I supposed to help her? I don't know her nor want to attract men. No, you're helping her attract men. The top comment says, it's just a state of mind. I lost mine pretty late at 30. When you get the chance, though, it's about having fun. So I would say stop worrying and try to find and keep finding the right person for it. Look, I'm skill issue on her part. You feel me? Like, it just... Bro, a 7 can get fucked on any given day. Like, what do you mean? I'm sorry, but... This sounds like a skill issue. We will fuck anything sometimes. bruh. Like this sounds like a skill issue. At least a 7, boy. Let's find out. Let me not. Let me not. I'm about to. I'm about to get into my misogynistic ways. Let me find out she got some titties and it boosts her from a 7 to a 9. Like, yes, my brother. Yes, my brother. So as far as advice, bro, it's like I would say, like this person said, it's in your head. You got to stop beating yourself up. I'm pretty sure you could pull whoever in your city like a 7. If that's all you're looking for, I promise you, you could walk up to an attractive man and just be like, "Sir, I do art and play games. I say in this conversation." Wookie, come on. From things you told me, you. I'm not gonna put your business out there. I'll put my business out there all day. I'm not gonna put your business out there, but you done told me some things where I think you could help this woman, this 35-year-old woman. Then you could help her. But shit, what was I saying? Wookie, yeah, she could walk up to. I think a 7 could walk up to any man. A 7 could walk up to an 8 and be like, "I need some dick," and that eight man will probably be like, "All right." Say less. I feel like that's the kid. I feel like that's the reality is shit. Like it's really just about confidence and if they find you attractive or not. If you a 7, then you a 7. You still good. Now if you was like a 5 but a 7 with a dress on and your hair down, then that's a little different. But if you a 5 on any given day, I don't know. It's like niggas gotta contemplate. They gotta they gotta scope the scene a little bit. But yeah, no, I don't know. My advice: get out there and have fun. That's my advice. Come on, get out there. Let's see. All right, let's go to the next one, Wookie. That one seems to have made you a little uncomfortable. My advice: don't go on Reddit and talk about your business with strangers. Me or her? That's the real question. What's the next one? Both. Hey man, sometimes you just need an outlet. Over here barking at women on Twitter. But you see it's worked in the past, so is it a flawed system if it works? what what did they tell me at Verizon, bro, when I was doing door-to-door sales? They gave me a script and they were just and I told them I can't get with the script. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I can't really remember this. And they were like, "Look, we wouldn't have this script if it didn't work." It's proven. It's proven. Some people like that shit, Wookie. They be like LOL on the timeline, but in the DMs they be like, "So what you trying to do?" It's crazy, man. Like, it's just crazy. Don't knock it till you try it. Friend not communicating properly with me? Question mark. I, a 24-year-old female, brought my friend some concert tickets back in May, and the concert is next week. Sorry, this week. The only problem is she isn't communicating with me properly, as in I would have booked my train ticket by now in advance, but she hasn't messaged me back since Thursday, and she only replied to ask me a question about something else and said we can call later today. But her Instagram story, she was hanging out with her new friends. Her priorities before me. She prioritizes before me. Should I message her and let her know, or should I wait it out until Monday evening or Tuesday morning? What are we asking about? What do we communicate? What do we need to be communicated? I bought my friend the concert tickets back in May, but the only problem she isn't communicating around is with my train ticket. So is it like you need to reach out to them so y'all can go together? Or like does she need to pay you back? I feel like I'm missing something. But I'm slow. So we can call later today. I don't know what needs to be communicated. Um and it's I hate doing that. See, here's the thing. Um I love how I have a story for everything. When people try to gift me things or they do something for me, I am of the mentality of I didn't ask you to do that, especially with friendships. So, because I don't like things being held over me. I don't like people bothering me and calling and texting about something. So I don't even like when people like lend me money. No, or I lend, like, I don't know. That's, I don't like to lend people money because all that's going to do is cause me to be the one to be hounding you down, and now there's going to be tension because why are you not giving back what you owed? And I know that's not this exact scenario. Again, I'm trying to find out what are we trying to communicate. If it's just are y'all going together or what? But either way, yeah, call your friend, text them. This is why I hate doing stuff like this, bro. Like, hey, you want to go? All right, here's the link for the ticket. If you gonna get your ticket, get your ticket. Yeah, stuff like this I can't really get with. It's hard, man. It's hard dealing with stuff like that because it happens too many times and y'all gonna fall out. I promise you that. She hasn't messaged me back since Thursday, and this post is from 38 minutes ago. It is Sunday. She's blatantly ignoring you. You did say, she's on Instagram with her new friend. She prioritizes before me. First off, let this be the last time you buy your friend. I'm sorry, your friend some tickets. Let this be the last time. Because what you're not gonna do is have me pay your way for something, and then you're gonna ignore me. Cause this is exactly what I was saying. And like when people go, I asked you, I didn't ask you to do all that. Well, here we are. So you kind of owe me this bread, dog. Like I'm not saying like I got your life in my hands, but like you should be more readily like open to like communication if this is what we're doing. I say give me the tickets and learn a valuable lesson in sharing. There you go. Exactly. We all have to learn our lessons one day, and I don't. This is when you start seeing the posts of "Don't take my kindness for weakness." This is the type of scenario that leads to those posts, those rants, all of that. This is that type of situation, which is why I hate involving myself with them. I try everything in my power to not involve myself in those type of scenarios. How to stop being frustrated all the time. I'm a frustrated virgin dude in his late 20s. How do I cope when seeing hot women I can't have? Every time I come across a woman I find hot, I become frustrated, and it's not funny. I become frustrated and angry, especially when they're with average looking men. Is anyone here suffering in every life aspect? What would I have possibly done in my life to end up this way? I feel like there's no hope and it's only going to get worse. So, play KCD too. What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So I kind of flip flopped from what he's talking about, right? He said, I become frustrated and angry, especially when they're with average looking men. So he does see himself as above average. Okay, I mean, whatever. Is anyone else here suffering in every life aspect? That's a little deep. That's a little overboard. I heard, how do I stop being frustrated and agreed, but then read it and immediately said, you feel me? Like we're in the same spot. He's saying, so he clearly prioritizes this, right? Because he said, is anyone else here suffering in every life aspect? It sounds like, for one, you have a lot of shit that you do need to work on, but this is the wrong thing to be prioritizing. Like I know if you see an attractive woman and you can't have her, that's the reality. GG's. Yeah, like Wookie, you really taking my words out out of my mouth right here. It's like a lot of advice, and this is going to be mine as well, is bro, focus on yourself. If you go out here like chasing it, you're gonna have a bad time because now you're prioritizing it, and every loss is making you worse. You got to just relax, meet a woman who is down for a flirt a little bit, dude. Like you can just meet a woman and a flirt with her a little bit. Like if you don't think that she's going like the first night that y'all meet, it is what it is. Like I knew a woman in my past that like I met her one night, right? It was at an event, and what was it? We hung out. I said, "Hey yo, like it was an event that I was working." And she was just sitting there. There's a whole bunch of people out, and everyone's watching a concert. I go up to her because I know she's just on her phone, and she was like playing Pac-Man or something. I was like, "Yo, what you doing? Like, why are you? Hold on. If you get that upset and you're not even with someone, then definitely say something about your priority, and you'll probably struggle in the actual relationship. On God, for real." Like I met a woman, she was playing Pac-Man at the event, and so I asked her, I'm just joking with her, and like what you doing? Like the party's this way, like why you out here? So we just chatting it up for real. And so I got her number. I was just like, all right, so this is not your speed. What is your speed? All right, bet. So let's go here then when you got free time. And so the next time we hung out, the very first time we hung out at that place, like it was straight make out session afterwards. Like you can just like talk to people, and if you get that vibe like okay yeah like we could click, and you flirt a little bit like whatever, however you do it, I don't know, you can just you can flirt and it can lead, but you have to also be able to read the room. And it sounds like he's not really reading the room. It seems to me like you were her speed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was her speed, and I read the room. Like we was having a good little night. It was cold out. I was just like, I bet, come here. And so we walk into her car and shit. Like you have to, because I felt that she felt it. Right. I went on a date where I couldn't tell if she was feeling it. I couldn't, and so she ended up holding my hand. Sometimes it goes. Sometimes you got to read the room. Sometimes that person will tell you. They'll reach out to you, or you got to reach out to them. Like you can't be afraid to make the first move. Is all I'm saying. Like you saying every time I come across a woman I find hot, I become frustrated. Why? Do you? It's because you. Let me answer that question. It's because you don't believe in yourself. You're frustrated because you don't believe in yourself, hence why you need to work on yourself. You need to focus on yourself and get that up in some other you need to build your self-esteem in some other aspect somewhere else in order to come back to this with that confidence. Yeah, bro, you got to work on yourself. You can't get mad every time you see a beautiful woman, cuz what you mad for? What you mad for? I feel like there's no hope and it's only going to get worse. Yeah, that's that low self esteem talking. I feel like there's no hope and it's only going to get worse. That's that low self esteem talking, bro. You need to get your self esteem up before you start trying to talk to women like that. How to stop being frustrated all the time. Stop focusing on women and focus on like literally anything else. Like do something, find something positive to work at and strive for. Do something in your life that's not related to women, and you gonna see how your shit changes for the better. I could honestly go all night because I just felt like talking. I am making up for lost time tonight, for real, for real. Is that a sign of insecurity? I'm queer. Thanks for sharing. I like men and women. Spicy. I actually don't care about gender at all. Me and this friend have had a long talk about it. I told her about me not being ready to come out to my family. She knows how I feel about them finding out without me being financially secure. Anyways, her and I were on the phone while a phone we're on the phone a while ago, months ago. Her man comes around. The first thing that she tells him is this is so and so, and they like coochie. Weird shit to say to your man. It is. Yes, it is. Who I do not know, by the way. When she did that, it gave me a bad feeling. It made her look insecure to me. Okay, but insecure about what, though? She did the same thing again with her new man. They're just talking. We were on FaceTime. The man came up to her and asked who she was on the phone with. I guess the guy had seen me on the phone. They had to do something, so she hangs up. We said our sweet goodbyes. Okay. A few minutes later, she texted me, he thought you looked good. Ah. Okay. All right, it's starting to click now. It's the hamster's running. All right. A few minutes later, she texts me. He thought you looked good with like a straight face. I don't know if y'all can see it on here, but like it's a straight face emoji. Like he thought you looked good. Okay. I said, "Oh nah." She replied, "I'm gonna tell him you like coochie, bro. Why? Yo, that's my reaction. That's my reaction, bro. Why?" It's giving. Don't even look at her. She's gay, mind you. I also like men. Well, you kind of defeated your point there, bro. Why is giving? Don't even look at her. She's gay. Yes, it is. It is. So here's the thing. The first guy, she did that unprompted, so it was just like it is her trying to. She is a little insecure, yes. She is a little insecure because that was so unprompted. Now that there's a second, brand new guy, and she did the same thing, and even voiced that he thinks you're cute. Like that's her insecurity. Like she thinks that you're cute enough to get the attention of her man, and you are because he said so. He's fucked up for doing that, by the way. I just want to let you know. I don't understand why dudes will do that. I don't understand why we will talk to a woman and be like, who it's like the dudes who like are player, who have Riz as the kids say, like they real reckless with the mouth. Like they will say anything. Like they don't care. They will say like some shit like that. Like they'll tell someone that they are talking to, your friend cute. That's mad disrespectful. Like you're getting out. If a woman tells me like, yo, I think your friend like if we've been talking and she tells me she thinks my friend is cute, you're cut off rip. You're cut. You don't even respect me enough to like hold that information to yourself. And I do pick up on shit like that when it does happen. So yes, they get cut. That has happened in the past. They get cut when stuff like that starts happening and it starts forming. Like I can see you making googly eyes. Like you came here to see me, but you keep talking to my homie. Like that stuff, you get cut from stuff like that. I don't understand why anyone does that. It's just a lack of respect. It's a pure lack of respect. I also hate that she does this because it's harmful to the lesbian community. Men already think they can persuade lesbians to be with men. Yeah. I mean, I haven't done it, but yeah, I see it all the time. Um, because I see it happen all the time. That's also why. Men already think persuade lesbians to be with men. Now, if those men see me with a man, it's going to reinforce this idea that being lesbian is a choice. Like they say, like, hey, today I'm actually into dick. I'm not touching that. Because you said you're queer. Well, first off, I like men and women, so you're bisexual. Stop saying you're a lesbian. Um, because that's not the same thing. I also hate that she does it because it's harmful to the lesbian community. Men already think they can persuade lesbians to be with men. Or are you saying, hey, yeah, like this community is bad because I'm bi and they're catching like the collateral damage of it? I don't know if that's what she's saying, but it's going to reinforce this idea that being lesbian is a choice. Like, hey, today I'm actually into dick. I love her to death. I'm going to address it and hope that it helps her do some self-reflection because it's starting to make me uncomfortable. As you should. I'm so glad this person is confronting this person. I'm so glad. Because there's not a lot of, like, ask advice type things where they're just like, I don't know, where they know what to do. They know what to do. This seems like it was just kind of a sign. This seems like it was it's like should I reach out? Should I include this? Should I speak on this? Right? He's like, I want to, but is it right for me to? And it absolutely is because yes, this person is insecure. She keeps she's throwing you under the bus because it's already and it's like her the second, and that's what I think I was going to earlier. The first person is like insecure. Yeah, it's a little insecure that she did that. Okay. The second person almost validated that insecurity, right? She's already like, don't look at her, she eats coochie, I'm here and I eat dick. So don't worry about it. And so that was like off rip, that's fucked up. to be doing. But the second person validated it, being like, "Yo, she cute." Like if y'all was in a room together, he will probably try to holler at you. He will probably try to like speak to you as soon as like his girl go to the bathroom or something, right? So the second one was, it validated that insecurity. I'm sorry to say, so it probably that made it worse. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was very unfortunate, but him doing that like did validate her insecurity in that moment. So now it's going to be like, no, 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 I'm not doing this. I'm like, no, because she now has proof, and it's nothing that you did, but she now has proof that she is right to feel the way that she feels. To say it out loud and be like, she eats coochie, that is fucked up. But that second person has now made her feel like she's right to say that. So it's gonna be a tough conversation. You can tell her, yeah, this is how this makes me feel, but now this man made her feel like her opinion is also validated. Like I would respect her a lot more if she just hang up the phone when they came around instead of pulling that pick of me stance. No, because that's dead ass what that is. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it. That is a pick me move. It is for sure a pick me move. But it's valid. So it's damn. That's unfortunate. That is an unfortunate circumstance. To answer the question, yes, it is insecurity for sure. Because she keeps doing it unprompted. And even when she did it unprompted, even when she said, "Hey, she not into dudes." Like let's put it into a better context, right? Let's just change it up for shits and giggles. She said, instead of being like she eats coochie, she was like jokingly but still insecurely, if that's a word. Let's say she was jokingly like, "Yeah, this is my friend. Don't be trying to look at her either, cause she not into you, right?" And he still was just like, "She cute. Now what? Now what?" She's now, yeah. It's insecurity. It is. It is a sign of insecurity for sure. Like I don't know, cause I know some girls. I don't know. Some girls just be talking they friend up in crazy ways, but this ain't that. So yeah, she is a little insecure for that. I hope it works out with y'all's conversation whenever you have it and whatever happened. All right. Questioning the direction of a new friendship. I, a 21-year-old male, have a friend I met at Lowe's warehouse, and lately I've been questioning where this friendship is headed. From my side, I don't feel like the friendship is failing because of me. I've done everything he's asked in terms of respecting his boundaries. Friendship. But I realized that my own boundaries aren't being met. To be fair, I haven't really expressed them to him, but the way he wants our friendship to work feels almost opposite. What are you talking about? Now I'm stuck wondering, is this something we can realistically work out? What are you talking about? Or would it make more sense to sit down, have a conversation, and say, what are we talking about? Is this a friendship? And yeah, he's not even giving any examples of anything. What are your boundaries? What are the boundaries being crossed? What is his boundaries? Are you sure this is a friendship? I what boundaries? I don't want to waste either of our time. What friendship? This isn't a friendship. This isn't a friendship. This isn't a friendship. You have a crush. This isn't a friendship. And there's nothing wrong with that, but let's be real. What are you talking about? He's not respecting my boundaries and direction of friendship. What the fuck are you talking about? You like this man. You want to see where things go. Y'all met at Lowe's. It's not that deep. Exactly. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm saying. They met at Lowe's. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about boundaries? And y'all met at Lowe's. Were y'all just talking about paint or some shit? Where is he giving you advice on where, like, what type of plywood you need to build a fence? I don't build fences, so I don't know if plywood is even what you need. But what are you talking about? I think I've been in a similar spot. How did you handle it, bro? If this is truly a friendship, I would. If you're saying if this is truly a friendship and I'm just being a bullshitter and I'm reading way too much into it and making guesses that are completely fucked up and not what you're looking at, then I would hate to be your friend. And I only say that because you still haven't stated any of those boundaries. I talked to someone today who's talking about, their friend and their boundaries, but they used to date. So yes, that's valid. Like you see where my leap in logic came from. I just want y'all to see that. Like you're talking about this like it is a relationship, bro. Let me really think back to the last person that was a strictly friendship. Not a friend with benefits, not a girlfriend, not an ex-girlfriend, like strictly friendship. Let me really think about when the last time I had to talk about boundaries with one of my 100% friends was. Let me really I really need to think back. Hold on. Like I just thought of someone, but we were fucking, so that doesn't count. And then like again, it's two dudes, so it's like what type of boundaries? It's just like, hey yo, don't bring up my ex, or don't bring up this talk about a fucking cancer or whatever. And you're like, what boundaries? You're not stating anything, which makes this feel like you want something a little more out of this. And it goes beyond like, no, I just want people to respect me. Like bullshit, bro. Like yes, of course we all do, but what are you? What you're if you, that's what I meant. It's like if you're this much of an overthinker, I would hate to be your friend. I really would. I wouldn't even hang out with you, truthfully. If that was it, I would ghost you, and I would hate to have to ghost someone just as a friend, bro. But like, yeah, you hounding me, you getting on Reddit talking about what you should do with me, but yeah. Never had this type of mentality. I can't think of a time where I had this mentality with a strictly 100% platonic friendship again with someone of the same gender, because usually we as men kind of have a good idea of what to not and not what to and what not to talk about. And again, it does not help that this person did not state anything that they were thinking of. So now I'm gonna have to do something. I don't like going into the comments like see more. I kind of want to see like what we can do or what I can do to give as advice, but he's not giving much information. So now we got to pop into the comments. How does this? Let's see. How does he want the friendship to work, and what are your boundaries? Well, he wants to be a background friend, someone that can pop in and out, is what your typical male friendship is. And I kind of don't want that right now. And my boundaries are that we don't have to talk every single day, but when we do talk, I want to have a conversation. I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. You're looking for a boyfriend, bro. Like you're looking for a boyfriend. Bro, if this were titled I'm trying to, gauge this guy I met at, what do you say, Lowe's? Like, I like this guy at Lowe's. Like I wouldn't even be laughing right now. Just like, okay, well, you're putting a little too much. Like you keep saying friendship, but you're looking for a boyfriend out of this man. What do you mean? That we don't have time every single day, but when we do, so I want to have a conversation. Like I'm kind of putting a lot of work into the friendship. It's more of a one-sided dynamic. You want a boyfriend. Sounds overcomplicated for a friendship. Exactly. Like I get what you're trying to do, but now a friend cares for you and genuinely wants to reach out. And since you know that's not what you want, you got your answer. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like the top of his priority list, but I do want to be someone that he can rely on because he is about to go through a divorce and he's dealing with that stress. And he said he doesn't want to talk all the time. Yeah, I get it. He wants on him. What do you like him? I think you like him because I don't, and this isn't like in a bad way. I don't mean that in like the homophobic way of these niggas is gay. I don't mean it in that way, but it feels like you kind of like him. Like you're putting a lot of pressure on someone you just met, and that is only something that typically comes up when you want more from someone. Like you want a relationship, like you want him to meet these standards and blah blah blah, and you just said he's going through a divorce, so hell, he was probably low trying to build himself a shed to keep his mind off of losing the house, or whatever the fuck happens during divorce. But yo, you either like him or you are extremely overbearing. It's one or the other. Like you can't. It is one or the other. I feel like this shit is black and white. Cause what do you? Yeah, you should definitely try talking to him if you care about him. Since he's going through something difficult, I understand. Like you just met him, yo, bro, you that you just met going through divorce. Hey, I hope everything goes well, man. Keep your head up. Like I don't know what more. Like if you are like just a super incredibly caring person to where every stranger on the street you meet you just have to uplift them in every way, like I want to be like that, but not to that extent, bro. I cap at everyone has a story to tell. Like I like to, have people feeling a little bit better about their day or what's going on. I can give you a little advice here and there. That's why I'm doing this now. But to that level to where it's like now he's not meeting my needs. I'm helping him. It's like, bro, what do you want? It keeps coming back to that. What do you keep putting all this pressure on him for? I don't understand. So yeah, we don't keep it at that. I don't understand what this pressure is about. I really, really don't. But yeah, thanks for joining. No, I am not getting on Tekken Wookie, although I will soon. I don't know when, but soon. And maybe I'll do another Reddit advice tomorrow if I have the time, which I should. But yeah, appreciate y'all for joining.